Hi everyone, my name is David Huibregtse and I'm a member of the board here at Milwaukee MCC. Most of you know that. I hope this greeting this morning finds you both physically healthy and in a good place emotionally and mentally and spiritually. These are difficult times for all of us as we continue to deal with this virus. I know for myself it's easy to have a lot of anxiety, to get depressed, to just wishing this was all over, wondering when it was all going to be over, to listen to the news and social media and follow the science, but hear this science from one side and this science from another, and then people reposting things and determining whether you trust the government or you don't trust the government, whether you hate the president, whether you support the president, and it all turns into a tornado or a hurricane of thoughts and emotions that I experience, and I'm sure many of you experience as well. But I'd like to share with you this morning how I deal with it. I know that our God, my God, is in control. If I look back for biblical examples, Moses questioned God, why did you pick me as a leader? How am I going to get my people free? And when God sent the locusts, the grasshoppers, God knew how long they were going to be there. God knew what the devastation was going to be. And if we bring things closer to our day and time, God knew polio was there. God knew how long before there would be a vaccine for polio, along with other things that we've experienced in our lifetime, from mumps to chicken pox to the many things that we now, our medical people, have come up with, viruses that we live with, and they have come up with either vaccines or ways to handle them. Through all of this, God knew, and God knew the timing. God has not been surprised by this virus we're living with right now. And God knows the number of days. God knows the number of people who are going to die. God knows when a vaccine will be available. God cares about the suffering that we have from loved ones that we have lost. God knows the anxiety that we live with. God knows the fears we have about our incomes and our jobs. And He is in control. And God knows the number of my days. And so I would never want to get this virus, but I have a trust in knowing that God has a plan for my life. He knows the number of days that I will be on this earth before I'm called back to be with Him. And so when it all gets to be too much, to all the feelings and the emotions that come in, that's the center where I go back to know that my God, our God, is in control of our lives and everything that happens, and that He cares deeply for us, even though sometimes it feels too painful. I hope that you've been able to keep busy. In my own life, I'm here recording from my office today. No judgment on how messy my desk is. Very busy, trying to keep my employees safe, and yet continue to provide medications to residents in assisted living throughout the whole state. I've also been very busy at the church, as you've heard from other board members and from Pastor. We're taking this opportunity when we can't worship together to do some upgrades in the church, to fix some of the problems that we've had with flooding in the basement and other issues that have just been neglected for a while around the church. And we hope that when we get back together, you're all proud and happy and can rejoice in some of the work that we've done and some of the remodeling that has taken place. You've heard also that we are attempting to stay connected, that you feel part of the church, that hopefully the online things that we're offering you, that you can also feel connected to our God. Pastor is working on some new things. If you missed last week, we had virtual coffee hour after the morning worship online. And several of you attended that, and it was really a wonderful experience. We're looking at maybe bringing Theology on Tap back virtually. You'll have to get your own beer and come online, but we continue to look at ways to continue to connect to you. And you've heard we want to give you the opportunity to connect to the congregation. And so we'd like you to do a virtual passing of the peace, to take a moment to write a couple sentences of greetings or whatever you'd like to say. Send it into the church at the info@milmcc.org email address. And we will be reading some of those as part of worship and including those in some of the weekly updates that come out. So we really encourage you to let people know that you're doing okay and help us be able to publish those things by sending something in. Pastor and the board and myself, we still are here for you. If you'd like us to pray with you, if you'd like to just talk, please contact the church office and ask for whichever board member you're trying to get a hold of. If you don't have our numbers, I know Mark has just called many of you this past month, and we'll continue to contact you on a monthly basis. But if there's something that we can do for you, please reach out to us. We're here for you. We want to stay connected. I wish you all well and happiness and health, and I can't wait to get hugs from all of you when we can be back together in worship.